Hi there folks, Anthony McCormack here and welcome to this month's Market Wrap. This month, a quick cover off on what's happening in our markets with my favourite topic, interest rates. With a helpful kick from the Reserve Bank of Australia's first interest rate cut in February saw Sydney and Melbourne house prices climbing once again after modest recent declines. As you may be aware, Canberra often follows the lead of our larger counterparts. Home values for Australia's two largest cities are bouncing back at the same time as the central bank resolved to deliver borrowers interest rate relief in February. Since the cut, dwelling prices in these cities have risen nearly 1%, with this as a clear identifiable point for the change. Financial markets are currently pricing in about 2 or 3 more rate cuts by the end of this year, which could have RBA's target cash rate declining to about 3.5%, down nearly 1% from the 4.35% peak in November 2023. Assuming this comes to pass and that banks drop their rates one for one with the RBA's standard variable rate, we will have meaningfully dropped from about 6.3 to 5.45, and this will represent a very real material improvement in buyers' purchasing power and therefore should increase energy around the market. Traders are currently pricing in a very high probability that rates will ease again on May 20, a couple of weeks after the conclusion of the federal election, which would obviously be a welcome present for the incoming government of the day. To the recent budget now, and this has come and gone with little fanfare due to the calling of the May election. One point I will note is that workers will receive a modest tax cut of $536 a year. This cut will be phased in from July 1 next year and will equate to $10.30 a week by July 2027. The opposition vowed to oppose these cuts, citing they will do nothing to address the collapse of living standards we have seen under the current Labor government. Angus Taylor commented, 70 cents a day in a year's time is not going to address the current financial stress Australian families are under. The race is well and truly on to see who will form government and in what capacity. By the next Market Wrap, this will be clear and will be very important in determining where we head as a country and also the impacts we will see in the housing sector. That's it for this wrap. See you next month. Bye for now.